Hey there, and welcome to That's Audacious, where we share entrepreneurial stories from amazing leaders to inspire and motivate you to be bold, brave, and audacious. I'm your host, Lauren Clemett, the brand navigator, here to share stories that will make you say, well, that's audacious. Hello and welcome to the That's Audacious podcast. Today we have the fabulous Angela Dion with us from Simple Breastfeeding. Cannot wait for this interview. She is such an amazing, inspirational woman to talk to, but she is the founder of Simple Breastfeeding and the creator of the Blissful Bond Boobie Pillow. And you're all listening to this going, what is that? I need to know more. So before I really get into this, Angela, can you just introduce yourself? Tell us a little bit about who you are, a little bit about your background, but what on earth you've created and why you got started with that.
Yes, absolutely. Hi, Lauren. I'm Angela and I have two beautiful children. I am a hairdresser by trade. I loved breastfeeding and it was challenging. So I've invented the Simple Breastfeeding Blissful Bond Boobie Pillow through my challenges to help mums breastfeed easier, comfortably, and be supported through their journey. So yeah.
You make it sound so easy. I know what you've been through with the innovation. So in reality, where it all started was you had a problem yourself, didn't you? So what was the solution that the midwives gave you for your problem?
So they said, roll up a face washer and pop it under your breast. And, that will help instead of me I still had to hold my breast, but it was to position the nipple in the right position for the baby to latch on. So as it was still helping, I was lifting the breast, it did lift the breast, but I still had to hold my breast and, be on an angle breastfeeding my baby, living in physios every week, suffering migraines from my neck because, as we breastfeed, we're on an angle like this. I searched everywhere to see if there was a product that could help me breastfeed, something that would lift my breast. So I just Googled, is there anything to lift your breast? Nothing was available. So I thought, no, I'm going to help mums breastfeed. So it was a journey though. It was definitely a journey, a 4-year journey to get to where I am today, to develop it, I should say. Because it was like, where do you begin? How am I going to, invent something that's like a rolled up face washer?
Yeah, I love it. And there are always such great stories like yours from people who had a problem themselves, went looking for a solution. I mean, you're like the Janine Ellis, she went looking for good juices for her kids to have after a walk in wherever she was living. I think it was Sydney.
Yes, I love
it. Right? So it's like, so you yourself, I mean, I love it. A good old fashioned midwives, roll up a face cloth, stick it under your boob, you'll be fine. It works to a point, doesn't it? But it's not a real solution long term for somebody. Yeah.
And I told my midwife, why don't you guys invent something that lifts the breast and stays there? And they're like, oh, we're so busy. You do it, Ange. And I was like, I will do it. I will.
So when was that turning point? What was it, do you think, that drove you to go, you know what, I'm going to actually figure this out?
Yeah, it was my second baby, actually. And I was so frustrated with the rolled up face washes in the basket and leaning on the side. And I was like, this is just annoying, holding the breast. And I'm trying to, help my daughter do something. But every time I lifted my hand, he would latch off and then it would be like I was juggling. There was just you didn't have enough hands. So I needed, I was just annoyed that I had to hold it. I needed something to hold that breast so I could have that hand free to have a water or to, be with my daughter. You need that hand free. But you're sitting there like this and you can't move. You just, breastfeeding, you're there for like 30 minutes. You could do 20 minutes one side, 20 minutes or 15, depending how hungry your baby is.
Yeah. So the problem that you knew about was almost exacerbated by the second baby, wasn't it?
Yes.
It's doubled my problem. I've
now
just babies.
Yes. Yeah. Because the first one, you're like, okay, you just do the roll up and you're in that position. You've got all the time in the world to stay there. It's your first baby. But when you're juggling and you've got another baby and then imagine another one on top of that. So, it's really helped mums breastfeed and have that hand free. I hope you saw a really nice review that I got where she's like, I'm writing you this while like this is a game changer. And it's her third child. So she was like in love with it.
Yeah, absolutely. And the cool thing is you've created a solution to multiple issues. I mean, the main issue is obviously breastfeeding, having your hands free, being able to feed your baby properly and have them latch on. But then, as you say, you've got the whole posture thing, the fact that you're not getting neck and back aches and those sorts of things. And I believe you've had lactation experts say that it actually helps with that as well.
Absolutely, yeah. So it does, because it has, you know, the nipple's at the perfect height for the baby to latch on. So that's half of the problem, is the baby latching on, you know, finding the nipple when you've got big breast. And then having, the physios that have loved it because it helps support. I mean, that was just a bonus. I mean, I wanted the strap to hold the boob up, and then it actually helped the posture, which I thought, wow, this is amazing. So it is helping the neck and the back. And even when you wear it and you're not breastfeeding, you can feel straight away you've just lifted. Like when I at the expos, they're like, oh, can we just walk around like this? This is helping me lift those heavy breasts. So, yeah.
I love it. I love it. So let's talk a little bit about that as well, because obviously you've created an amazing solution. You've got and you've gone through those. We'll talk about them in a minute, the trials and the challenges of manufacturing and all those things that might happen. How are you marketing this? How are you, where did you start? Because there'll be a lot of people listening who go, oh, I've got a great idea. But we need to talk about the challenges, because just to have a good idea is only one part of it, isn't it? And then you've got the making of the product, but then you've also got the selling of the product. So which do you think's been harder, the manufacturing or the marketing?
Oh, the manufacturing, that has been, because it was in my head and I needed someone to make it. And that was really difficult. I'm a very creative person, so I can see what I want, but to put it on paper, it just doesn't look like that. So, you know, like you can show it, and then, that was, sorry, I had eight suppliers giving their best shot to help me. And so that just shows you it wasn't just go to one, you know, go to two, then they let you down and they're like, oh, this is it, this is the best we can do. And I mean, I wish I knew it was a video. I would have showed you some really amazing from befores and afters to what it is today. Was definitely not what it was when we first started.
So that's a lesson in itself, isn't it? There's no such thing as go to Alibaba to place an order and then
no, definitely not.
So you went through those trials. You've got a product now that you really love and you're quite proud of. The quality's been a big part of it too, hasn't it? Because using sort of hospital grade, materials and things like that, and it looks fabulous. I mean, that's the thing. It's the sort of thing that people are happy to use because it looks so great as well.
And it's easy to clean. So it was, you know, as a mum and you've got milk, I mean, you don't want to be washing these cloth, because we first of all did it with cloth, and it was like, how many times you would have to wash? You would have to sell 10, because every day, like, it would be dirty after it. So doing the hospital grade was just hands down the best thing, even though, you know, pink, there was a big thing, like, you know, it's blue, it's not going to be nice. And then there was a yucky yellow one, and I was like, no, blue, and then just do beautiful straps. So it was aesthetically, you know, it was, the straps make it, right? If it was on its own, it's just a blue, you know, until we get bigger, we can then get pink, you know, but we need to have like 50 meters, a lot, they said. So, you know, it's like 50,000 just for the material. So yeah, right now it's in blue, but there are opportunities for it to be in different colors.
Yeah, brilliant. And that's a good lesson as well, isn't it? Is, look, there's always going to be compromises, isn't there? There's no such thing as absolutely perfect. And do you think the lesson is, especially for anyone who's listening who's thinking of starting a new product and getting a brand out there, you've got to start somewhere, haven't you? You've got to start somewhere. You might have lofty goals, but at least start somewhere. And how did you decide this is my level of quality? Where do you draw the line?
Yeah, good question, because for me, it had to look classy and finished well. So this was where the problem was. Like, seams were showing, and I was like, no, it doesn't look right. And then you know, I think it's up to you, like how, like, you've got to see it, what's important for you. To me, I felt embarrassed to have it out in the world with these seams, and it just looked like anyone could make it in, you know, their sewing machine. It had to be, you know, sealed as well, where milk won't go in. So not knowing that there was such thing as a welding machine, I mean, that was like game changer for me. I mean, I was going from dressmaker to a mattress place to a wheelchair guy making wheelchairs with that material. And, you know, he did a good job, but his seams were so messy. And it was like, that's it, and sorry, that's what you get. And I'm like, no, that's not what I get. Like, no, right? I couldn't put my name to it. I felt embarrassed. So yeah, then you just had to try to find something else. And then, yeah, it was just amazing that, you know, the mattress place said, look, there's a welding machine, you could try that. I even went to a camping guy like that made camp, you know, like caravans, and he was doing all the upholstery, and he's like, oh, my machines aren't small enough for your product. And he had big ones. So, you know, I went everywhere you could think of. So don't just limit yourself to one. Like, if you're going to make something, like, don't just limit yourself to one person. Like, you think it's a dressmaker I needed? Well, no, there was many more people that could have made that product, which they didn't. So yeah, if anyone's thinking of making something, think outside the box too. Don't just think conventional.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's a big lesson in tenacity too, isn't it? Is never taking no for an answer and going, no, actually, I know I can solve this. I'm just going to keep talking to more people. So how many people are involved in the manufacture of the product now?
So I have a supply in Melbourne. So it's a company, and they make mattresses there, like hospitals and all sorts of things they make there. So, but he did tell me that it's 18 steps to make my product, which makes it very intricate, and that's why it's not it's not a cheap process. It's, you know, it's expensive, but it's worth it. You pay for the quality.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, how are you marketing it? What are you doing to get people the word out there?
Yeah. So Baby Expo. So the PPC Expo was the first one. And then from there, you know, people were saying, oh, have you gone to the One Fine Baby? I said, oh, I didn't know that existed. So then I went to One Fine Baby. And then I Googled, because I was going to do Las Vegas, you know, the biggest baby expo. And there's a big waiting list. So I didn't get in for this year, but next year I'm on the list. And I've gone, big fairs in Adelaide. Then it came up with the Reed Gift Fair, and I've never heard of the Reed Gift Fair. And I was like, okay, what's that? And then I rang them. I said, would my product suit? Could I sell it? They're like, absolutely. And that's when I hit the wholesaling and having in retail shops like pharmacies, baby shops. That was just hands down the best thing I did.
So that's like a few doors.
It opened quite a few doors there, actually, quite a few. More than like the Baby Expo. So Baby Expos, I'm directly dealing with mums that are pregnant and they're buying on the spot. And the Reed Fair is more about, you know, having it in retail shops.
Yeah, brilliant. And that's a nice blend too, because I guess it's nice to have that at the coalface, getting the research and the feedback from the mums themselves and what to say, as well as then being able to say to the wholesalers, I understand the market, because I've been there and I've seen them and I've spoken to them.
Yes. Yeah. And I think what's good is that it's backed up by professionals, you know, and I think that itself has a lot of credibility, that midwives and physios and doctors are all calling it a game changer. It really is a game changer.
Yeah, brilliant. You are listening to the That's Audacious podcast. If you like what you're hearing and you want to hear more, there's lots of other episodes. You can find us on all your favourite platforms or on the Audacious Agency website. Now, Angela, one of the things that we've done together, and it's how we first got to know each other, was we entered your amazing innovation in the Stevie Awards for Women in Business. And you've done extraordinary things to leverage that. Tell us a little bit about how awards have helped you with what you're doing.
Yes. Well, just to go back a bit, when I met you, I didn't think you could help me, being just new 3 months. And you're like, yes, of course I can. Like, oh my goodness. So thanks to you that you've got me globally recognized. So anyone that's starting out, and even a concept you said to me that you could get an award for. So that's like amazing. So yeah, look, it really has helped me. What was your question? Has it helped me? It has helped me a lot. I just want to say, anyone that's listening and, you know, even just your idea, get Lauren onto it. She can write an award for you. It's amazing.
It's fabulous. I think we met at Business Blueprint, didn't we? And we were talking about, and I think at the time you said to me, look, I've got this product. It's very new. I don't know if I'm ready for award. And it was really interesting to have that whole conversation with you around the fact that, there are startups, there are new product categories, there are amazing opportunities with awards. So you went for a category around a new product, didn't you, and a new innovation. What were the categories you entered?
Yeah, so you know, it's funny because we've got so many that I now have to look at my website. Hold on. So achievement, product innovation, and then product or service of the year. So new product, service of the year.
Yeah. So, and you were up against some pretty big companies in those categories.
I was up against Google and a bank, and I thought that was amazing. Even just coming third was like, wow. That's impressive. So yeah, I never thought I'd be amongst the big guys. It's just great to know.
So here is an ex-hairdresser mother who solved a problem for herself with a brand new innovative product, facing off against one of the world's biggest companies, Google, in an awards category. That's just an extraordinary story in itself. So you've won bronzes with that. You've also won other awards. What are some of the other awards you've won?
Yeah, so the Entrepreneur of the Year and the Freedom the Brain Award. We were a finalist in the Small Business Champion Awards. So it's been great.
Yeah,
it's been great to be recognised.
Yeah, and so early on, because how old is the business?
Now I would say 7 to 8 months in. Yeah.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Incredible. So, and you told me a story not that long ago about how when you're at I think it was the Reed Gift Fair, where you had your Stevie Awards there on display. What did that do for you?
Oh, yeah, that was impressive, actually, because I thought, should I put them there? Should I not? So I thought, I'll put them there. It shows credibility, like you've taught me. And then, I had one of the big buyers, like, well, I don't know, should I name call here? Probably not, maybe not. But maybe, or should I?
Go for it.
All right. Well, so the Westfield buyer, and he walked past my stand, then he came back and he's like, oh, I'm impressed. You got 2 bronze at the Stevie Awards. Tell me more about that. And I was like, oh, and that got him back to me, which was great. And then another one, like obviously Baby Beyond, it came back and just was like, wow, this is very innovating. We're all about, ergonomically designed. And I said, yes, so am I. And I was so excited. Like, let's collaborate. Let's do something together. We all have the Baby Beyond, which is, to hold your posh in your back. And my product aligns really well with them. So it did open some doors there, negotiations happening as we speak. So I can't say too much, but it did bring attention. And those Stevie Awards definitely brought them both back to look at my product.
Yeah, brilliant. Isn't it awesome that that level of credibility can just not necessarily, yes, it's opening doors, but it's giving you a seat at a bigger table. You're getting into that bigger space like Westfield and Baby Bjorn. Those are big global brands that you're talking to.
And, Lauren, before that, I never heard of the Stevie Awards. So I was like, oh, what's a Stevie Award? But, if you're in business, you know of the Stevie Awards. And when, at my fair, I was just like, wow, they knew about the Stevie Awards. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it is a big thing. It really is. When I went to New York, I didn't think how big it actually was until I went there and was like, wow. And I felt very honored to be there, to be part of such an amazing award.
Yeah, brilliant. And how are you doing with your product? You're retailing it now with chemists and things like that?
So, we've got them in pharmacies. We've got them on baby shops online. We've got them. It's just about going into the Philippines. A TikTok, very amazing TikTok, I don't know, shop had approached me. He met me at the Reed Fair and said, I'm ready to take your product now to the Philippines, Vietnam. He buys it through me, then he on-sells it. So it's an amazing concept of what he's got. And so that's going to be launched in probably 3-4 weeks. So that's going to be interesting. So it's good because I've got that going on. I have someone looking for my rights in America, so my design rights are currently in negotiation, which would be great to have someone alleviate all that stress where as a single mum doing it all on my own has been quite difficult. And so if you have a product and you design right it, you have the ability to like white label it, which is another way that that we're going through to see which one comes with the best offer, and then we can either white label it or use my brand. So there's a lot of opportunities now,
and that's so fast. That's so fast. Do you have to pinch yourself every now and go, oh my god, because it's not often in business, is it? Entrepreneurs often don't stop and realize what they've achieved, and you've done so much in such a short time. What would you say one of your biggest achievements or things you're most proud of in the journey behind this brand?
Definitely going to New York and being part of the Stevie Awards has been my biggest, because I had to pinch myself to go, I'm actually here and, oh, my God, I've actually come third. Like, yeah, that's surreal. Like I still like, you know, even the other day, because we're on the go, and I have them like as you walk into my house, I stopped and I actually felt, I went, I actually won this. And I don't think I actually held it. I just think we just did all the photo shoots and it tagged everywhere with us. And I never actually sat there, looked at it, and went, oh, this is yeah, like tangible, like wow. I didn't stop. It's even all the awards that we win. I don't know, Lauren, do you stop and actually hold that award and go, wow, my hard work's in? I don't like we just keep putting them on the shelf. I know that's really sad, but have you done that, Lauren? Tell me.
Look, on a regular basis, there's some awards I'm very, very proud to have won. And yes, always. And even to the point, you might not know, my husband plays a lot of pickleball, and we now have all of his medals all hanging in a place. And as you say, as you walk in, there they are. So, I mean, it's a lot of effort. There's a lot of effort put into anything that's worthwhile. And you've put a huge amount of effort of your time, your money, your time you could be spending with your family. I mean, all that sort of stuff that you've invested in this brand and in this product. It's important, isn't it, to stop and take a moment to go, do you know what? I've actually achieved something pretty impressive.
Yes. That's exactly, I know.
We just need to schedule it into our diary, don't it? It's just 15 minutes of just self-reflection. So, Angela, if you could go back to the start, when you first started with this idea, you had that rolled up face cloth under your boob and you're going, this isn't working, I need to solve this problem. Yeah. What was some advice you could give yourself that might make your journey just that little bit easier?
In developing it, you're talking?
Just in your whole journey, what's some advice you'd give yourself?
Is this before my breastfeeding pillows? Are you talking about when I'm actually breastfeeding?
Yeah, you can go back to when you had that first idea.
Oh, I should have done it right there and then with my first child. Yeah, I should have got it going. But you know, as a mum breastfeeding, you know, in a new baby, like the last thing you're going to do is go get a business. You know what I mean? Like start running around for a business. So yeah, if I could have started the journey earlier. That's the advice I could have done. Even when my baby was 6 months, I could have, because I mean, I breastfed, you know, over 1 year. So, you know, we have more time later, but I just,
Get going. Get
going.
Yeah.
I just get going. Go. Get it out there and help all, you know, mums earlier. But at least I'm here now helping mums now.
Yeah, brilliant. Yeah. I love it. Angela, it's been an absolutely fabulous pleasure to interview you on the podcast. Do you have any final advice for anyone who is building a brand, getting started, as to what they perhaps should be thinking about?
Well, I definitely think don't try to do it all on your own. You definitely need to outsource, get help. If you want to achieve so much, you do need to invest the money. Like I did invest with you and you got me so far. And, you know, I look back and I think, had I not invested in that, I wouldn't have these awards. So you do need to, you know, awards are amazing because they do give you the recognition and people do take you seriously and it helps you sell. See, to me, the selling part's easy, but the making of it was the most difficult. Know what you thrive in and what you're good at, and do that well and let others do the bits where you're not good at, which is why I was not good at writing my award. So, you know, it was nice to have you do that for me. You just achieve more when you've got people that are more experienced. If you're trying to do it by yourself, the journey's going to be longer. You're going to take longer to get there. And now, you know, obviously with AI and everything, you'll be left behind. You'll be left behind if you don't even use it. So you have to move with the times.
Yeah, brilliant. I love it. Yeah. Get going, get out there and get it done, eh? Don't wait. Yes,
that's very cool. Who knows where I'll be in a year's time, right? So yeah, in a year's time, we'll see where we are.
Yeah, we'll look back at this recording and go, wow, we knew that was going to happen. That's so cool. So if you want to know more about the fabulous Angela Dion, her amazing product, the incredible company she's created, Simple Breastfeeding, or the Blissful Bond Boobie Pillow. God, that's a mouthful. If you know anything about that, all the links will be underneath the video. Go and check it out. Thank you so much, Angela. It's been such a pleasure interviewing you, and all the very best.
Thank you, Lauren. Thank you. You too.
Thanks so much for listening to the That's Audacious podcast. Remember, there's no place for modesty in business, and you do deserve to be well known, well paid, and wanted. For more episodes, please subscribe to the podcast on your favourite channel or follow us online. The links are in the description below.